Hello viewers, welcome to my channel Life's Calculations. This is the one more video on the methods to represent graphically our numerical data. Okay, we have seen we can show the graphical representation using bar graphs and histograms, and other ways are also there to show our data. Some of them are called pictographs and pie charts, etc. Right? In the same category, today we are going to discuss one more method of graphical representation of data. This is known as frequency polygon. Frequency polygon is actually the name of the figure obtained. It is graph actually, we will plot the graph only, but actually frequency polygon, polygon word is the name of the figure always. It is the name of the figure obtained once we plot that graph. Once I finish that graph, I will explain you how it is called frequency polygon. Now students, in order to draw the frequency polygon using histogram, I have taken up one frequency distribution table where class intervals and frequency are given. Class intervals are 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60, and against those there are separate different frequencies given, right? Just like previous thing, which is very important to see, that our data given should be exclusive. Should be exclusive means the data should be continuous. The upper limit of the first class interval should be same as the lower limit of the second one. These should coincide. Only then we say the data is exclusive. If it is not, make sure that before starting any histogram or frequency polygon, you should make it exclusive, right? So what we will do, before we start drawing our frequency polygon, we will draw using this table, we will draw a histogram. The method I have shown you in the previous video, right? So same steps we will follow to draw our histogram. So students, here I have drawn graph for you. This graph, the name of this graph is a histogram, right? So I have already told you the method. On the x-axis side, I have taken class intervals, and on y-axis side, I have taken frequency. Then I have taken up the suitable scale. On x-axis, the scale is 1 centimeter equal to 10 units, and on y-axis, 1 centimeter is equal to 1 units. Okay, why? Because this was the thing we wanted to draw. Class intervals 10 to 20, 20 to 30. So easily I have comfortably taken the scale 1 centimeter is equal to 1 unit, 10 to 60 I have plotted on a x-axis. Then frequency, because these were 4, 8, 12, 10, 7. So I have easily taken up the scale 1 centimeter equal to 1 unit. So that I have taken a 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 12 on a y-axis. Then first column was 10 to 20 should have been plotted against 4. Okay, 10 to 20 class interval on x-axis, frequency on y-axis. From 10 to 20 I have taken a 4. Then 20 to 30, 8 as given in the box. Exactly same way, repeating the process, I have drawn the same process in others columns also. I have drawn the histogram for you. Now we will use this histogram in order to draw the frequency polygon. You have to simply add 1 or 2 different steps in order to complete the frequency polygon. Here what we will do, that for each rectangle, we have drawn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rectangles here. For each rectangle, we will take on the horizontal line on the top, we will take the midpoint of this. Okay, exactly you can locate the midpoint. Okay, I have drawn first midpoint of this rectangular bar from the horizontal side on the top. Okay, for the second one also exactly same way, because total are 10 small lines. Exactly at 5th line I will take up this point and I will plot its midpoint, right? Then comes to the third one I will plot the midpoint here. 4th midpoint is here, because I can easily locate. Total 10 small lines are there on this horizontal line, so that on 5th I will draw this dot, plotting the midpoints. Like this we will plot. Okay, and one more thing which is very much essential here is that you should try to see the midpoint of the class interval which is just before that, the first rectangle. class midpoint of that we have to see. So the previous one 10 to 20 we have already taken the midpoint, and previous to that is 0 to 10. So it has to be located on the x-axis. Its midpoint is on the fifth line. Here it is most essential. Then the last one also to be treated this way only. So 50 to 60 midpoint we have taken on the top, it is 55 only. Okay, and the next otherwise not given in the question, but still we will think about that. Next definitely will be 60 to 70, and its midpoint will fall at 65, right? So students, this much work I will otherwise we have to draw everything with the pencil only, but in order to make you the things clear, so what I will do here, I am going to mark these midpoints with the help of this pen. Okay, just to make you clear about these points, right? So students, once we have plotted these midpoints, what we are simply going to do is we are going to join these with the help of a scale. Okay, don't do this with free hand. We will simply do it with the help of scale. First to second I have joined, then we have to join this second to third. Use the scale only, it is very much essential. Then third to fourth we have to join like this only, right? Then we will join here fourth to fifth. Okay, so that these midpoints are joined with the help of straight lines only. Okay, so that now I will tell you the exact meaning of the frequency polygon. Now see, this is called drawing a frequency polygon using histogram. In the background you can see a histogram, and on the top of the histogram, by simply joining the midpoints of each horizontal line of that rectangle, we have got a frequency polygon. Now if I remove this rectangles, if I remove the histogram, what I will be left with? I will be left with simple, I will simply, in order to show you clearly what we will obtain here, a figure like this. Okay, a figure like this we will obtain, like this, right? So actually what is this? And this is also closed, that is why we join the ends on the x-axis also. The starting and the end point I am showing on the x-axis only. So it is actually the figure obtained is a polygon only. Polygon means it has got many sides and it is a closed figure, it is a polygon. And why frequency? Because from the frequency distribution table only we are getting this frequency polygon, right? So this is the actual meaning of drawing a frequency polygon using histogram. Okay, now the next way is drawing the frequency polygon only, but without drawing a histogram. Frequency polygon we have to draw, but we will not, in the background we will not draw the histogram. Okay, so that method now I am going to tell you. Now in order to draw the frequency polygon without histogram, we are going to complete this table first, right? Class intervals and frequency will be given to us in this way only. Extra column we will add will be that of the class marks or the midpoints, right? Class mark or the midpoint. Okay, so what is the meaning of class mark? First of all, you might remember, but some may have forgot also. So for those I am clarifying here. Class mark or the midpoint is actually the average of our class intervals. Class interval is upper and lower. So what we will do, we will add the lower and upper class intervals and divide it by 2 only. Like for first I am calculating here, upper plus lower will give you 30, 10 plus 20 divided by 2 will give you 30, 30 divided by 2 will give you 15, right? So the first midpoint or the class mark of the first class interval is 15, right? So I will write here 15. It has nothing to do with the frequency, remember. From the class intervals we are going to write the class marks, remember, right? 20 to 30, its midpoint. We have to follow certain pattern only. For 20 to 30, the midpoint will be how much? It will be 25 only by applying the same rule here. 30 to 40, the midpoint will be 35. 40 to 50, the midpoint will be 45, and 50 to 60, the midpoint will be 55. Okay, so what we will do now is we will actually draw, we will forget this class interval now. It is for the second method I am telling. we will forget this column, we will totally forget, and now we will remember this column only. That class mark on x-axis we have to see, and frequency on a y-axis. We were taking frequency earlier also on the y-axis only, and the class interval on x-axis was taken. In place of that, now we will take the class marks on x-axis and frequency on y-axis. So we have to now plot a frequency polygon using these two columns only. It means that without using histogram, we have to draw the frequency polygon. So students, in order to draw the frequency polygon without using histogram, I have once again plotted the x-axis and y-axis, horizontal and vertical line, then taken up the same scale as I took for the previous graph. 1 centimeter is equal to 1 unit for class marks on x-axis and frequency on y-axis, as I told you earlier. Okay, so now what we will plot here? We will plot here, first thing we will plot here is first class mark is 15 and against that the frequency is 4. So first point to be plotted is 15, 4, 15 on x-axis and 4 on y-axis, right? So you can directly take here this, these readings as 15, 25, 35 also, but I have still taken up the same class intervals, and in between now I will take up from 10 to 20. In between 10 and 20 will be 15 here. Okay, in between will be here. I will show you a little closer view, right? See, 10 to 20 is here, and in between this little dim line it will be 15. Okay, so from 15 I have to go up because its reading was 4. So from 15 on x-axis and 4 on y-axis. So this will be my first point. You have to mark the point, then you have to draw an empty circle, and then don't forget to write its location like this. It is very much important. Just see its location, coordinates. Okay, 15 means first point, first coordinate is 15 means the distance on x-axis, and 4 means the distance on y-axis. It is always written in this form of ordered pair only, right? So don't change the position. 15, 4 we have to write, right? Second thing to be plotted is, second one was 25 to be plotted against 8, right? So 25, now I will locate between 20 to 30. Here it will be 25, and 25 has to be plotted against 8. So here is that 25, 8. I will plot it like this, 25, 8. Third one is 35, 12. So from 30 to 40, I will take up 35, and against that I have to plot 12. Okay, so it is here, 12 is here, and between 30 to 40 will be 35. So I will mention here 35, 12, right? Next one is, see here again, 35, 12 I have plotted, then comes 45, 10. Okay, so 45 on x-axis I will see, 45 will be from 40 to 45, exactly mid, and against that I have to plot 10, right? So 10 is here, so this is that point. Okay, 45, 10. Next comes last one in this category will be, last one is 55, 7, right? So 55 is from 50 to 60. 50 to 60 I will plot 55 here. Against that I have to show 7. So 7 is here. 7 is here, and this point I can write it as 55, 7, right? So after plotting these from the columns given, tables given, and you already remember, I have told you that you have to definitely mark its starting point and the end point. Okay, so 10 to 20, this is the midpoint. So then from 0 to 10, the midpoint will be 5, that I will plot an x-axis. Exactly same way, 60 to 70 is the last one, means 50 to 60 was the last one. So hypothetically we have to take the next midpoint also. Okay, so this will be that midpoint, right? So once these things have been plotted, we are going to mark, simply join them with the help of a scale. So again showing with the help of pen only, so that it is little clear to you. Otherwise you remember very much that you have to plot everything using the pencil only, but it was little dim, so that is why I am taking the help of pen. And see, I am not joining the empty circles. I mean, I am clearly joining the points inside. Point to point you have to join. The empty circle has been drawn only to highlight the position of that point, but we don't have anything to do here. So from point to point I will join, right? Then this also I will join, okay, and the last one will be joined like this. Last one to second last I will join like this. So make sure, students, make sure that you should not leave this hanging. Most important point, you should not leave your polygon hanging in air. Okay, you have to definitely give it some base on x-axis from where it starts and till where it ends. Okay, so this is our frequency polygon which we got without using our histogram, right? So students, let us compare both the pictures now. First one was by using the histogram. Which we got like this, and the second one with the same readings is here, which we got without using a histogram. Okay, so these are two methods of plotting the frequency polygons. Okay, I hope you have understood, right? And again I am repeating, always to write the scale, on each graph, always to write the question number, answer number on each graph. Secondly, do mention what you are going to show on x-axis, what you are going to show on y-axis, okay, and then neatly you have to plot whatever points you want to plot, okay, whatever points you want to draw. So students, if you have understood, if you have liked today's video, please do like, okay, because that gives a lot of happiness also, and that shows that if we are doing something, then you are gaining something out of that, right? And please do subscribe the channel, so that whenever I make a new video, it should directly reach you and soon you should see. Okay, thank you very much for watching, and don't forget to share the video with your friends and with your classmates also, right? Thank you very much for watching.